There used to be, back in the so-called golden years of television, which meant when not many people had television, there was a religious program presented by a Father Keller, a priest of the Roman Catholic Church, called The Christophers. And they had a theme song that they played at the beginning and at the end. And the opening words of this song were this: if everyone lit just one little candle, what a bright world this would be. Because Father Keller wanted to say, okay, you go to church, fine, yes, you believe certain things, but the world needs light. And you're part of this world, therefore, work to bring light into the world. A very wonderful ideal and something that, should always be in front of us. Many people are just satisfied, well, I follow Dharma, I'm a yogi, and so on. Yes, but what else is happening? We'll be talking about that. So, one little candle. See that? That's a birthday cake candle. And now I have a very interesting story to tell you that I doubt if is written down anywhere and anyone is known. I had the good fortune to frequently visit with Durga Ma, Mother Durga, sometimes also called Sister Durga, who was one of Yoganandaji's very early disciples, who lived for many years in the ashram in Los Angeles with Yoganandaji. It was wonderful hearing her speak about her experiences. Some are starting to come to mind, and I realize I don't let myself get distracted. If I start relaying them to you, it'll never be over. So I want to tell you one thing she told me, which I found quite amazing. She said, one day, Yoganandaji contacted several of the residents in the ashram and said, when it's getting toward evening, put on your best clothes. I want you to go somewhere with me. That was it. So they did. And there was a whole carload of them with, of course, Yoganandaji in the front. And he didn't say a word or explain anything. Off they went. And in they went down the hill and ended up at the Hollywood Bowl. And so they got out, and as they were going in, I assume somewhere they paid admission, but anyway, as they were going in, every person was given a little birthday candle and a match. And we're told, it'll be explained to you what you do with this. It was a mystery. So, and they went. And when the program was ready to begin, and you understand this was at night, of course, one of the officials of the Hollywood Bowl came out and said, please, all of you, strike the match and light the candle. And please stand up and hold the candle up. So they did, and then they turned off all the lights. And it was perfectly bright. And everyone could see everyone else very clearly. It was almost like daylight. And then he said, oh, all right, it's the birthday today of the Hollywood Bowl. So everybody sang happy birthday. So they sang happy birthday. And then, as others were sitting down, Yogananda said, don't sit down, let's leave. So they went out, got in the car, and he said, "This is why I brought you. This is the way it is in the world and the way with the yogis in the world. And the more yogis we have, the brighter the world will be." All right, how's that a commercial? Well, because I hope you're yogis. And if you are really a yogi, you are a candle. And you are helping the world to be bright. Yogananda said a very interesting thing. He said, wherever a master goes, an indelible mark is left in the etheric levels. And anyone who is in that place, especially those who are doing meditation, will draw from that blessing, that power that is still left there, and they'll be helped and strengthened in their sadhana. Now, you walk through the world observing your breath, intoning so when you inhale and hum when you exhale. And as I've said over and over again, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it says, in the beginning there was only the Purusha, only the spirit. And it first said, Soham asmi, I am Soham. So the mantra Soham evokes the consciousness Soham. Soham Bhava it's called, which is God's Bhava and ultimately should be totally the Bhava of the yogi. So wherever you are, God is there, living presence. And wherever you move, wherever you are, the light of God is there. And even when you leave from that place, there will still be a remainder there vibrating to help whoever enters that place again. You want to be a savior of the world? Be a Soham yogi, and you will be a savior of the world. This isn't just pretty talk, and isn't it inspirational? Isn't it wonderful? It's the truth. You are healing the world. The more the meditation and the more constant the japa outside of meditation, the more you are, if you want to say, redeeming the world. I mean that quite seriously. I don't mean this as a pep talk. You didn't give me any money to learn it. And so I'm not peddling it, am I? But I'm encouraging it. Now, Swami Brahmananda, the most advanced disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, people usually think of Vivekananda. He was the most renowned. But everyone said, even Vivekananda, that the most advanced was Swami Brahmananda. Swami Brahmananda said, in discussing japa, he said, when the mantra is repeated, a current of spiritual energy is generated, and it moves outward from the yogi, hopefully in a continuous stream. That's my words. And he said that impulse moves outward throughout the whole cosmos. And when it comes to the very edge of, again, the manifested creation, it starts moving backwards. So you get two for the price of one. In other words, he didn't say that, but there's not just a going out, it's a going out and a coming back, and therefore touching everything in the cosmos. Think about that. People think they want to make a mark in the world. Well, forget anything as tiny as the world. You, as a Soham yogi, you're marking the cosmos. So he says, and then it comes back, and it comes back to the yogi. So it benefited you as you were saying it, and now it benefits you as it returns to you. So is there anything more important in your life that you could do than that? None that I can know of. But this is a fact. So you are uplifting not just every person in the world, you're uplifting every object in the world. And most of all, your own self, your own consciousness, by this continuous sadhana. Therefore, I have here my note, just therefore, ... One of my also favorite quotations from the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, be a yogi. This is how, in the 18th chapter, Krishna said so much, and so much profound wisdom, and so much knowledge, and practical advice, and then sums it up. Therefore, be a yogi. This is why you're a yogi. And this being so, if you're not a yogi, you're wasting it. So, that's a commercial. Yes, I'm not asking you for money, but I'm selling you Soham Sadhana, the japa, and the meditation.